Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Harakah Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone of Rowell. Shalom to all the brothers doing the work of sincerity and truth. Um, got this article on Yahoo Finance talking about inflation because it's been, I think, from January really. Well, I say January, like maybe December, but it got mentioned more in January. They've been talking about the inflation, and it's been noticeable. This article I saw where they said like gas is going to $7 a barrel, and I remember a few years back where it was like five a barrel, a gallon. I believe they do it in America, gas by the gallon. And before they mentioned like it would have been for $5 a gallon is where that's where it's gonna start getting insane. And if it's going to seven in certain places, then that's just a madness. Like people are gonna be getting absolutely blasted by them prices, and it's the same. It's the same over here. Energy crisis as well. The price of hella energy bills has gone up. That's why they had to start giving government aid towards it. But regardless, everyone's feeling the burn, and that's something that when it comes to energy or gas or fuel, those things, then it basically will leak into more or less everything. It's like anywhere you go, something's being produced. They need electricity, and they're gonna need the goods driven somewhere, especially somewhere like the US. Bruv, everything's driven everywhere, and people drive everywhere. Somewhere like the UK, same thing. It's like all the goods are coming from overseas. They're getting driven in. So it says, I'll skip down. Inflation can be the way democracies die. Charlie Munger or Manja or whatever. So as an exclusive interview Wednesday with Yahoo Finance editor-in-chief Andy Swell, legendary investor Charlie Munger weighed in on the high stakes of soaring inflation in the US, citing examples from the Roman Republic to Adolf Hitler to Latin America. Munger said, inflation is a very serious subject. You could argue it's the way democracies die. Yeah, and it's funny with those examples. It's basically a way, a means of basically just completely destroying the people on the bottom. Absolutely bulldozing them, man. And it's like if the inflation hits, a certain peak, then people are gonna have to just go to bartering, because that's what happened in Latin America. A lot of shit is just being bartered. A lot of shit is just man having to scrape around for scraps. Like Venezuela, them man have been absolutely through for the longest, man. Them man have got the iron boot of Maduro on their neck. So they ain't really able to do anything. It's like people are trying to fuck off. Most people are trying to leave. It's like one girl I work with, she's Venezuelan. She told me about it. She said like her parents are over there, and it's like it was kind of wild. Like there's no opportunity to do nothing. So that's why she had to just move out to Spain. Then afterwards came to the UK because like even Spain's economy is kind of through. Um, It says what he notes that it was after years of inflation that eventually the whole damn Roman Empire collapsed. So the current situation is the biggest long-range danger we have apart from nuclear war. And he's right. Those are two things that people are wary of. But now's the time for those things to come to pass, man. Now's the time for what do you call it? That nuclear war is gonna pop off. After the hour of temptation, when that Karagma, that mark, gets pushed out onto the people, the whole world basically gets pressured by it. And then as well, what like inflation, man, this whole monetary system going into a form of collapse, going into destruction, to where everyone's investment within it is going to be found to have been complete mistake. They're going to be thinking like, okay, dollars or whatever. It's only really going to be people that have got what, like some gold, some silver, like precious metals, and then even investing in, in the system of the Kuragma, in the mark, those things, because that's where things are gonna go. That's how they're gonna incentivize. That's why you got, $1 million yachts selling in the metaverse. It's basically ways of getting people invested within those, these kinds of constructs. So they're then more amenable to the Kuragma, basically. And he mentioned Rome, and it's like, yeah, Rome is basically Esau's over the system, man. That's basically the same system that's been revived in America, man. It was, it had the deadly wound, and the wound was healed. There was that period of time Rome was brought to an end, and then Jake took over, and then what? You had we had Jake take over, and then you've had Rome basically revived, in this new system, man. Really in America, because America's pushed out. It's as far as like the best examples are the military conquest, just as Rome went round, conquered all around, what was a known world at the time. America's been doing the same, utilizing their military basically to get everyone in subjection under the system and really under the image, because it's all about following after, the way the people, those within the system, live, that beast system they live, man. Dealing with all kinds of confusion and mess. All the vile confusion is pushed out, them all accepting it. So it says the recent CPI data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics found U.S. inflation accelerating in January at its high. Found U.S. inflation accelerating in January at its highest rate in 40 years, with prices rising across a wide range of goods and services. The 7.5% annual gain in January, driven by high demand and lingering shortages, was from supply chain disruptions, was a jump from the 7% year-over-year increase seen in December's number. So yes, it's it's like I said, it's been felt, and then we'll see what February's saying March. And that's the thing, as these things creep up, people might get some form of ease when spring kicks in, because energy costs are going to go down. You're going to be paying for as much, gas and whatnot, because the heating's not going to be on as much. But that's only going to be a temporary reprieve, because the whole system is basically broken. It's like a what's it called? It's like a sink pipe, where it's like, it's the pipe's burst, it's gone everywhere, and then someone just like slap sellotape over it. That's what all those what you call it, quantitative easing and all this money that's basically been printed during the pandemic. It's like the the economy went into a cardiac arrest. Then they just they wrap some bandages around the heart, and it's basically just it's still in a state of disrepair. But people are just, as long as it can keep, there's blood squirting out every corner, but they're just like, as long as it can keep pumping, we can keep the thing going for now. Because why? They're looking to bring an end to it. They're looking to bring an end to it and bringing in the Kuragma system, that beast system, where they're dealing with things on the digital side. That's why as well, James 5:1, go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten. And really, that's all Esau's wealth. Everything's been cursed and tainted. And then even with, like, if they've got gold, they've got land, they've got cattle, and it's funny because land as well. That's why you had the fuck is this guy called, man? You had Bill Gates, who's one of the guys put at the forefront as one of those top money guys that you'll see, mentioned over the earth all the time. He's bought up hella farmland in the US, despite on the surface, promoting what was it called, man? Uh, artificial, artificial meats and whatnot, like vegan, vegan meats and these kinds of things, that new age, let's call it like space food kind of shit, where they're trying to, completely disconnect you from any form of natural, natural foods. So it says what? Your riches are corrupted, your garments are moth-eaten, your gold and silver is cankered, and the rest of them shall be a witness against you. Yeah, gold and silver is cankered. It's all these riches have been heaped together, especially for the elites. It's not gonna even work out in their favor in the long run. They're not gonna be able to enjoy everything that they've gathered onto themselves. Because says what your gold and silver is cankered, and the rest of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasure together for the last days. And that's really what it is. All these things Esau's gathered, that's the thing. He's able to play with all these, all these different monetary systems. Because he's, as far as for the true wealth, that's something he keeps to himself, but that's not even going to be any salvation. And it's like all these people that are within the system, they've got prominence within the system, they've got a great amount of wealth and influence within it. They don't realize like that position's going to be compromised. When it switches over to the Karagma, all that ain't going to mean anything. So it's funny, man. It's like the elites that are kind of laughing and dangling this over them, like, we're able to play with this thing. It's just as much Yahweh Shem Yahushai is basically able to play with Esau, man, and make him realize he's inconsequential. But yeah, I'll leave it there. Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Shalom.